Hey guys, I'm back again to do another video for the TheHORRORman's channel. This week's theme is slashers based on a true story. So I guess it could be a character kind of based on a true story or a place or anything like that. Yeah. So I had no idea what I was going to do for this. Because my first and major choice would be the town that dreaded sundown, because I'm like 30 minutes away from Texarkana, so that's just my first obvious choice because I know about the stuff and being right there, it's just exciting. But since I've already did that last year, moving on to something different. So I chose a movie I've never watched before, Albino from 2009. Directed by Joe Anderson and starring Taman Sursak. Not sure how you pronounce her name, but she was in Pretty Little Liars and I really like her. And also Chris Jericho, who, is a wrestler and I love wrestling, so awesome. Even though he is not in it that much. He's like one of the top billed actors, but he don't have very many scenes, but that's okay. So this movie kind of reminds me of Wrong Turn, kind of mixed with like an X-Files episode, that like one of those religious ones with the big tents and the weird freaky people. So that's what it reminds me of, but it may remind you of something else. Everybody's different. So my only big complaint about this, it is a B movie, and you can tell that, but that don't bother me, is that the last half or last part of the movie is in the dark, and it's kind of hard to see what's going on. And that could have been just me because I was watching it on my phone, but I don't know. I don't know for sure, but it was dark and it was hard to make out some stuff, but it was still good. So the acting's not completely bad. I actually like the main character, the final girl, or is she a final girl? Because the ending to this movie, I absolutely hated. It left me with questions. Did she get out of this town? Did she survive? Or did she become part of it? I've got questions, people. These 4 kids are doing some kind of paper for college or something. So they're investigating the Ozark Mountains and folklore and stuff. And they come across this folklore for this albino farm. And so they really want to check it out. So they're asking the locals about it. And just about everybody in this town is like weird and deformed. You have little midget people. You have a woman with like a clubbed hand. You have an old lady breastfeeding a deformed, weird little baby. That was just crazy. And you have kids that don't talk. You have freaky twins that are just freaky. And then there's Chris Jericho's character. He is just, I love his character. He's not in the movie very much, but he really creeps me out. He is just a creepy person. And yeah, Chris Jericho as a person, as a wrestler, that's fine. I do not want to meet this version of Chris Jericho because he is creepy. So all the weird creatures in the albino form, they're like weird hillbilly freak mutant things, and they all look pretty good. The effects on them and everything, they look pretty good. Yeah, I liked it. The story is pretty common, because you've seen stuff like this in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Hills Have Eyes, the Wrong Turn movies. It's an average type kind of story. There is some nudity and there is some gore. There was some gross scenes to me. A girl gets both her arms broke. You got hooks going through people. one couple gets their arms sewed together and then they have to try to rip it off out, and that's gross. You got blood gushing and yeah. So, but overall, even though it was a low budget film, I enjoyed it. I'm not going to say everybody's going to enjoy this movie, but I did. Maybe it's because I like the main girl, the actress, and I like Chris Jericho, and there was this other weird type. There was so many weird type characters in this movie that just, they really freaked me out. Like, they're just weird. I do not want to come across people like this. You have this albino guy. He has the light hair and the light skin, and when he took his sunglasses off, his eyes were white, and that was creepy. And then there was this other guy that had some stringy orange hair and something to do with a lip thing, and then it just, I don't know. He was extremely weird looking. And like I said, that whole religious tent reminded me of the X-Files so much, because I've seen stuff in episodes of the X-Files with weird religious cults and saving people, and that's what it reminded me of. And I like the X-Files, so of course that was first jump to conclusion. X-Files, that's what it reminds me of. So yeah, anyways, this movie to me, I don't know, something about it. I just enjoyed it. Even though it was dark, and even, it's a B movie, there's just something about it that I enjoyed. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the little ride it took me on, even though I watched it on my phone, and, that's never fun to have to watch something on your phone, but I enjoyed this movie. So if this sounds like a movie you might want to check it out. I watched it on YouTube, so also not the best place to be watching a movie, but hey, it worked for me. So anyways, check out the HORRORman's channel, and let's do these awesome reviews, and I'll catch you next time.